Hello, welcome back to another comfy, cozy vlog. My name is Jessie, and if you're new here, I'm on a mission to inspire you to start a new hobby. I love sharing fun and easy ideas to get you creative and find time to do what makes you happy. If you enjoy cozy and relaxing vlogs, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more cozy, comfy content. In today's vlog, I'm gonna take you with me to prepare for a crafternoon with two of my girlfriends. We are making shrinky dinks or shrink plastic acrylic keychains. It's really easy to do. You might already have most of the supplies at home, so I'm gonna take you through the procedures on how to make it, and then also at the very end, examples of what my friends made. So without further ado, let's go into the video. Today, I want to bring you along to see how I prepare for a little craft date I have with my girlfriends later this afternoon at 3 o'clock. It's a really fun and easy idea that anyone can do at home. So what we're making today, acrylic keychains or shrink plastic keychains. This is a cinnamon roll. It's a Rilakkuma Among Us character, and then I also made some little teeny tiny charms. They're also called shrinky dinks. If you can find a smooth piece like this, then you're good to go, and all you need is coloring pencils. So I'm hosting this for my friends today. It's like an excuse for us to get together. It's a minimal budget. It's just at home, so you can be as comfortable as you want to be, and it's a fun hangout. And you can chit chat, and you don't even need to know how to draw, because all you need to do is print out the design that you want and trace it. So I have prepared some samples for reference. Like, this is the exact Rilakkuma that I traced over, and after it shrinks, like, this is the size that it becomes. So it shrinks quite a bit. Yeah, and this is the same one, the cinnamon roll that I did. And then, the face tracking is tracking Rilakkuma. Okay, let me fix this. Okay, we're back. What you do is you just take the clear plastic and then you put it over the design that you like. And you just use stuff you already have at home. One item to use that's going to make a big difference is a Sharpie to do the outline of the design. Like something like this. This is just a permanent marker that I bought from the dollar shop. So as long as you print a nice big version of the design you want, and then you put the plastic over and then trace the outline with this Sharpie, and then color the inside with pencil crayons, and then that's it. And then you cut it out to the shape that you like. You can either stick it in the oven, or in my case, I'm actually heat gun, just so that you can make multiple. It's easier. It's right here, and that's it. And it's super easy, fun hangout to do with your friends. Okay, so I wanted to show you what I have prepped for two of my friends that are coming over. The shrink plastics I actually got from Daiso. Unfortunately, I threw away the packaging already, but here is like the little kit that I prepped. Yeah, this little like plastic bag is from Daiso too, just because it comes with like 3 pieces of the shrinky dinks. So realistically, like one evening, you can probably only do 1 or 2 designs. So that's why I have it in this like baggie that they can just take home and then work on the rest at home whenever they feel like it. And the kit actually comes with everything you need already. It also has this little tassel and the keychain hardware. So And the kit itself is $2, $3. So really affordable if you just want a pain-free experience. Your local dollar shop might even have it. I think Amazon is not too expensive. And it's a super fun activity. So before they come over, I wanted to refresh my own memory. So I'm going to do a couple of test ones and test it with the heat gun, make sure everything works properly. And then I will update you once I find a fun one to make. Hello, we are back and I picked out a design. Show you over here. So I just went on my iPad. I found this super cute Totoro from Pinterest. So I mean, if you have an iPad, you don't even need to print it out. I just use it right on the screen. I think I made it to the size that I like. And then the Shrinky Dink, I used a buffing sponge to sand the surface because if it's like really shiny, it's hard for any pen or pencil crayon to stick to the plastic. So I sand the surface of it so then it's easier for the ink to go on. And I pretty much just put it right on top of the screen and traced the outline with a permanent marker, just like something like this. And then for the cheeks, I used a acrylic paint marker. So you can do the entire thing in acrylic marker or pencil crayons. It just depends on the look that you're going for. Like these ones are translucent. I wanted to keep it clear, so I just did the outline of it in acrylic marker. This one is a permanent black marker, and then the inside is colored with pencil crayon. Like I kind of like that matte, subtle color. Same thing with this one. The outline is in permanent marker, and then the inside it was colored with pencil crayon. And because it's going to shrink a lot, even if the coloring is, you know, not the greatest, like if you look at the details there, you can kind of see my pencil marks, but from afar it looks perfect. So don't worry about, like, we're not aiming for perfection here. It's just for yourself to use. So let me finish coloring this and then I will bring you back. Hello. So I finished coloring and I did a couple more so I can test it out and show it to you. So if you remember, this was my reference photo and here is the finished coloring. And then I also cut it out, and you can see here I leave quite a bit of space here because one of the most important steps before we shrink it is to punch a hole. Here's a sample. So that's the size of the hole. Because once it's shrink, the plastic gets really thick, then we won't have space for the keychain hardware to go. So this is what it looks like after I traced it, colored it with pencil crayon, and then I actually went over the outline again with the permanent marker just so that it stands out more. And then I did a couple more little ones with the leftover plastic, and this is just from the reference photos I have. So I just traced it, I cut it out, and because these are so tiny, so I left a little bit more room at the very top. And I thought this pink would be cute, but I don't know why it looked not so great after I colored it. Normally my normal instinct is to throw it into the garbage, but I'm gonna resist. I'm gonna test it anyways because sometimes it's hard to tell. Like it looks ugly before you shrink it, but after do the shrinking, it might turn out better. And then if after shrinking it still looks ugly, then I'll throw it in the garbage. Okay, so let me punch these ones and then I'll shrink. I think I'm leave this one here just as a sample for when my friends get here so they can have an idea of what the pre-shrinking look like. And I'll shrink these three to see how they turn out. Okay, so I'll have all my little friends here. I'm just gonna give them a quick hole punch. Okay, here is the fun part. We are gonna shrink it. So I'm using a heat gun. This is a crafting heat gun. Let's try the one that I like the least first as a practice. So that was kind of an epic fail. Good thing I did a test run because I forget that, especially because this one is so tiny, it will fly around a lot. But it does look very cute. So this is how small it shrank to. And then I end up putting a more solid pink on the other side. Okay, so round 2, I brought a bowl. So we're gonna put the charm inside the bowl and then we're gonna shrink it. So you see I have this coaster here because after shrinking it tends to warp a little bit, so you see it like scrunch up like a macaroni. So it's while it's still warm and a little bit malleable, it's really important to put weight on it to flatten it, then it stays flat. Here is our second charm. Okay, here's our last test of the day. This one is my favorite. Hopefully, third one is the charm and this one will turn out okay. Here's the before. I'm always shocked how much it shrinks, even though I've done this so many times. I love how that turns out. This one is my favorite for sure. Okay, last but not least, this step is totally optional, but I find it really gives it that really nice final touch. We're gonna put some UV resin on the top of it to kind of seal the side where we have the coloring on. So it does two things. It seals the paint so it doesn't get scratched off. It gives it a neat, nice dome shape finish, and it's shiny, so then it keeps it looking nice for longer. So I'm just using a crystal LED UV resin, and you just need a really tiny bit. I'm just gonna put a dapple on each one of them, and then I have a toothpick here, and we're gonna spread it out so that it's nice and even on the surface of the charm. Okay, so I finished putting the resin on, and you can see that there's a little layer of resin on top of there. Now we're gonna stick it into the lamp to get baked. This is a UV lamp, typically for nails, but you could also use it for UV resin. And we are almost done. Here's the last piece. I end up putting resin on both sides of this one because I put another color of pink on this side, but of course in the end I actually like the shiny pink more. So this just goes to show that like this craft is very forgiving. So even if you think it doesn't look good, when you finish it, once you shrink it, you really don't see any of the imperfections, and it comes through. So I will not be throwing this into the garbage. So let me just show you this last bit here. I just have a gold jump ring and a lobster clasp. So this basically just turned this tiny little potion here into a charm. Then you can hook it up to a necklace or a zipper pull, or add it to your existing charms. Anything you want to do with it. It just has a nice lobster clasp like that, just like this. It looks like a health potion. This is a mana potion, and this one looks like a revive potion because it's gold and it also has that little heart on it. So they do look super cute as a set.